Then after adding this Java Python to the empty string builder object for the first starting, then it consumed already the 10 locations with indexing numbers from 0 to 9. Then how many are available? 6 more are available, correct? So this time, if we try to append to the existing string builder object called sb2 dot append, how many are available? 6 are available, but I am trying to append something like a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, I. Okay, j, up to j. It means 10 more characters I am trying to add to the existing string builder object only. Then this time, what will happen? Do we have enough space in the existing string builder object? No, because here there are 6 locations are available, but we are trying to add 10 characters. Then is it possible? Not possible. Therefore, what JVM will do? Programmer is trying to add 10 characters, but here it is available only 6 empty locations. So in such scenarios, internally means programmer has to do nothing. We should not write any code for that. Internally, JVM will implement growth factor concept. Growth factor. This is important for our interviews. You can get a question of what is growth factor formula or what is growth factor. What is growth factor means? When in string builder object, when JVM is when program is trying to add some number of characters, if the space is not sufficient, then JVM will implement something called as growth factor concept to increase the capacity. Growth means increase. So what is to increase the capacity? So what is that growth factor means? The current capacity into 2 plus 2. So this is the growth factor formula. So in our example or in our scenario, what will happen? What's the current capacity? 16 into 2 means 32 plus 2 means how much? 34. So it means before JVM add this value in the same memory location for our understanding. So JVM will grow this up to what? Up to 33 because index number is starting from 0. So first JVM will grow its size to the object size to 33 cells. Then from the existing string builder object, from available empty location, this ABCDs will be added to that. And so on up to J. So this is what a concept of growth factor, which is internally implemented by JVM. Programmer has to do nothing. We can just simply add, we can get the output if we print it. If you print the SB2 object, I'm not referring back to anywhere SB2 equal to SB2. I'm not writing anywhere. That's what the meaning of mutability means. Modifications will happen in the same location. So then at the end, if you print this SB2, we are going to get, so previous values Java, then Python, then we'll get A, B, C, D, and so on up to J. So this is the latest output we are going to get. And if you print capacity, system.out.println, print SB2 dot capacity this time, it will give the output called, what's capacity? It is 34 now. This is the output. What's the length? Count this 10 plus 6 plus 4, 10, total 20. So if you print sb2 dot length, we are going to get the length of the string builder object. That is 20 characters are present, but total capacity is 34 cells. So this is the string builder and how to declare, what are some properties, and if the capacity is not sufficient, what is this growth factor concept. Am I clear? Or do you have any questions?
Clear, sir.
Yeah, so then let me quickly show you the same thing through Eclipse also. So for this, so in our string only, I'll create one more new class. I'll name this class as a string builder. It's a predefined class name. We can't use it. So I'm adding something called as demo. Then I'll take a main method, click on finish. So this time, let me create one string builder object. So first string builder, then control space. I did not type complete spelling, but I'm using the IntelliSense string builder, some SB1 equals new control space string builder, then semicolon. So this is a empty string builder object. Then to this, to check what is the capacity and length that we discussed, SB1 dot length method we can use here, and then followed by capacity method also we can use it, which is available on string builder object sp1 dot capacity. For string length is not there, capacity is not there, but for string builder only capacity is there. So now if I save this program and execute this one, you can see I said 0 and 16 for the first scenario, if you remember, 0 and 16. Then second scenario, let us give some value, but at the time of declaration itself. So for that, I'll copy this entire lines of code. What should I do? I have to make the change in the variables. So first I'm making this as SB2. Then second change is I'm adding some value at the time of declaration itself called Java. Then I want to print this SB2 length and also SB2 capacity. What is that we discussed? The length will be 4, capacity will be 20, because we are declaring at the time of, sorry, we are giving a value at the time of declaration, not appending. Appending story is different. So now let me save and execute. You can see the length is 4, JAVA, capacity is 20, because at the time of declaration itself, if we give the value, empty cells plus new cells will be added. Then, so here what is the capacity? After this appending, after appending, the capacity will be 16 only. That is the difference. When we are giving at the time of declaration is a different. When we are appending it, then it's a different story. So this also we'll discuss. Now for this, again I'll copy, but I'll change to SB2 and let it be empty only. And I want to print this SB2 dot length and also capacity. 3 should be there. It should be 3. Then to this 3 also I want to print length. I want to print capacity. But when not directly, we know the story, which is same as like SB1 only. So here SB3 dot to modify append is a method, and to this I'm giving a string called Java. You can add anything. So now first thing is modification in the same location. Second thing is empty string builder object whose length is going to be 0 and whose capacity is going to be 16. And at the time of declaration, length is 4 because of 4 characters, but capacity is 20. And empty string builder object, then modifying. So in this scenario, what is the length and what is the capacity? So here 4 is the capacity. Here also 4 is the capacity. Sorry, 4 is the length and 4 is the length. But here what is the capacity? 20. But here what is the capacity? 16 only, because to the existing object Java will be appended or added. But here to the existing or to the empty string builder, next new cells will be added first, then the value will be appended to that. There is a difference. That's why you can see here same thing, that whatever we are discussing, we are getting the outputs. So am I clear with this difference, please? Here at the time of declaration, some value is there. But here at the time of declaration is empty, but later we are modifying by adding. There is a difference is there. This difference we should remember clearly because interviewers will try to confuse us. We have to be clear. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So then to this SB3, let us append one more value called say Python. So since it's a string, so it should be in double quotes, Python. Yeah. After that, let us also print its length and capacity once again. I'll copy and I'll paste it. So what's the length now? Java 4 plus Python 6 total 10 should be there. What's the capacity? In existing location only, existing object only, there is enough space to add up to Python. So therefore, capacity will not change. It's going to be 16 only. Let us execute and cross verify the last output you have to observe. So previously it was length is 4 and capacity is 16. Now the length is changed because Python is added, but in the existing object only enough space are there. That's why it is remaining 16 only. Yeah. Then after this, what we are trying to do? We are trying to add something which is more than the available capacity, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. 10 more characters I'm trying to add. Now what's length? Previously 10, then 10 more, 20. But what's the capacity? Here we discuss that JVM will implement a growth factor concept. Existing capacity multiplied with 2, then to that result will be added to 2 more. That means it's going to become 34 for this scenario. Right? Let me save it. Let me execute it. You can see the same thing. 20 is the latest length. 34 is the updated capacity with the help of internally factor. Are we writing any code for that? No, I'm just convincing you with the help of commented line. This is not we are writing a code. Just we are printing, that's all. But we are getting the output as per the internal growth factor concept called current capacity into 2 plus 2. So am I clear with this, all these points, or do we have still any questions?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So then